And hello everyone, welcome to another Let's Play. This is Myrokos, and today we will be doing a little side quest called Tataru's Grand Endeavor. So, I hear this is just a fun little side story thing that kind of traces back through a lot of the a lot of the themes of the previous expansions. Hopefully this will be interesting. If you like what you see, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bells. It's a small thing from you, but it helps out the channels tremendously. Thank you, thank you. And yes, hello Autumn. And Autumn is here to make certain that I am occasionally distracted. Hopefully not too much. Please don't step on the keyboard. I know you like to do that, dear. Especially when you feel like you're being ignored. In any event, let's get started. We have to talk to Megina here. I hope I pronounced that right. Small business, big dreams. Megina seems inordinately eager to speak with you. Myrokos to you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. I'm Megina, assistant shopkeep and apprentice seamstress here at Tataru's boutique. I doubt you remember my face, as I am merely one of many who owe you our lives, but you will always have my gratitude for saving me that day on the Eblin Rhyme. Oh, she was the the woman who, in the voiced cutscene, credited, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, and then ultimately accepted coming to Charlan. Oh, so that's her. Huh. That's nice. You are too kind. And while I hate to ask aught more of you, please say that you're here to assist in Mistress Tataru's new endeavor. Not yet, but he soon shall be. Whatever would we do without your penchant for turning up precisely when you're needed, eh? Yeah. Now, to make a long story short, too late. A long story of our solvency short. Too late, Tataru. We've secured the resources to produce the new designs I developed in cooperation with guilds near and far and in sufficient quantity to meet rising demand. We cannot rest on our laurels, however. To serve passing adventurers and the occasional intrepid Charlene is all well and good, but we're hardly taking the world by storm, no. Much like yourself, we must ever look to new horizons, okay? The science proved that cooperation on a star-wide scale is possible, and we would be fools not to capitalize on that to build the grandest trade network in the history of Hydaelyn, all for the greater good, of course. Yes, this is a wonderful opportunity to bring people together. I often think back on that incredible moment when the Garlean army came to our rescue. Perhaps our efforts too will one day lead to a miracle like that which took place on the Eblin Rhyme. I have no doubt that they shall, but we mustn't expect such alliances to form themselves. We must be proactive, and who better to woo our future partners in commerce than our current #1 customer, you. Even though I haven't picked up all of the job gear, but okay. Our erstwhile comrades in arms know that when it comes to good equipment and better ideas, few have such keen eyes as our adventurer extraordinaire. Even should they hesitate at first, I'm certain you can convince them using the samples I've prepared. Well, I see that my mind's made up. If you'll cover my etherite expenses. Yeah, it's kind of expensive to travel by etherite. But of course, with your assistance, we'll have both coin and goodwill flowing in no time. Everything is falling into place. Where shall we send Myrokos first? Don't you worry, I have it all planned out. Now, whenever she does a mwahaha, that usually means trouble. First, Limsa Laminsa. Sakard has the bloody executioners working harder than ever, so he is sure to appreciate any extra supplies. Next, Redania. The Seed Seers are a source of trusted authority and insight into the Shroud, so we'd not go amiss in cultivating the investment of, say, Arin Senna. Aha, yeah, I remember him from the White Mage Heaven's Lord quest. He was particularly involved there. I hear tell that he has some interest in affairs abroad, so the novelty of our samples may persuade him to our side. As for Ulda, I feel confident in pinning our hopes on Pippin. He's always been a stalwart ally, and it goes without saying that he has more than a little sway in the Sultanate. Between his involvement with the Immortal Flames, the Syndicate, and the Colosseum, he's bound to find a use for quality accoutrement. With that out of the way, Magina, would you do the honors? Never let it be said that Tataru is stingy with her samples. Now, if you make your way to Limsa and climb aboard the Estelicia, I'm certain someone will point you in Sakard's direction. Sorry for that momentary pause. I was just, reveling in the music. Really good pick. I have my own avenues of inquiry to attend to, but I'll check in periodically to see how your journey is coming along. Let's get to it. As Mr. Tataru says, trust is the foundation of a stable business, and we trust in you. Well, I can save a little bit on the etherite expenses by just taking the boat, since we're doing Limsa first. Wrong way. So used to going this way for so many things. recognize you. What do you want? Long as it's not about another bloody apocalypse, I don't see why not. Wait here. Well, bugger me. I thought we'd seen the last of you for a while. What brings you aboard? Your crew seems busy. Can I interest you in some fine garb today? No rest for the wicked and all. We're getting so many shipping requests that we've hardly put down anchor since old Charlene. Well, good to be busy then. You know, there was a time when I thought pirating was the whole world. That being the best of them all meant something. Huh. Going to Ilsebard made me see how small my world was compared to the real one. Standing next to the star's finest, I started to wonder what I had to brag about. Then the bloody executioners went and did me proud by bringing in a bigger goddamned haul of adamantite than anyone else in the realm. Between that and the new metal works we've got going with the kobolds and the Sahagin looking to export their own wares, it seemed like the right time for the executioners to change our sails, so to speak. Which is all to say that if you've got wares for promoting, I'd be happy to show them off across the realm and beyond. Speaking of that... Masterworks from Tataru's boutique, guaranteed by the Warrior of Light himself. Almost seems a waste to wear them. Folk will be lining up at the docks for these. Literally seen as old Charlene's only accessible by sea. Now if we got ourselves an exclusive shipping contract... Hey, I see the course clear as day. Now we just need Manolane on board. He's right useless when there's work to be done, but talk's another matter. And he still owes me for keeping his sorry arse out of trouble, so I'll have him put me in touch with a few savvy salesman types on the continent. Tell the Tataru and look forward to setting sail on this new tide of hers. May the winds of change guide us aright. Myrokos, it's me. How goes our little adventure thus far? Oh, Sicard's eyeing the shipping routes, is he? All according to plan. But our work has only just begun. I'll keep after my own contracts while you work on Arun. I hear he's not often in the city, but I don't doubt that Mother Mune can sniff him out. Oh yes, Mina is over here. Why, if it isn't Myrokos too, struck with a sudden craving for eel pie, were you? Or is it information you fancy? Oh yes, word of our seed seer's comings and goings never fails to reach my ears. I'm told that ever since he returned from his foray to Ilsabard, he's been roaming back and forth between our neighboring tribes, settlements, and the Little Lotus Stand. You'll miss him if you make for one or the other like as not, so I suggest you waylay him at the Blue Badger Gate. Okay. Curious. But I ask why you're loitering at the gates, Myrokos, and with such an enormous sack. Actually, I've been waiting for you. I admit you've piqued my interest. To integrate the tradition and ingenuity of guilds throughout Eorzea in such a fashion is no small feat. As it happens, I'm of the mind to do something similar myself, assuming I secure the other Seed Seer's approval. You are doubtless aware that historically Gridania has placed the peace of the Twelveswood and our covenant with the elementals above all else, often to the detriment of our relationship with other peoples. Yet, much as we are one with the Shroud, are we not also part of the Star Entire? True, you are. Our ventures in Garlemald made plain the strength of a world united. This attire you carry demonstrates much the same truth. But perhaps you assumed you would need to talk me around to the idea. If so, I apologize for the disappointment. If 'tis any comfort, I'm nearly as surprised myself. No longer am I content to hear the words of the elementals alone. I wish to know the voices of men. Though our time in Garlemald has shown me that my ability to listen is average at best. These horns may mark me as gifted in the Twelveswood, but beyond, they inspire neither fear nor awe. I have been mistaken several times for Zayla, and may as well be one for all the differences that my status as Seed Seer makes to those who want for succor. Yet 'twas the selfsame insignificance, not ignorance, that allowed me, for the first time in my life, to truly feel part of a greater whole. I am but one life among myriads upon the star. I dare say I should behave accordingly. With luck, my elders sisters shall agree and tell Mistress Tataru that her gift is accepted with gratitude, and she ought to hear from us soon. Guess who? Did you speak with Alrune yet? Just finished. That sounds promising. I'm beginning to understand what makes our seedseer friend tick. But we can discuss that later. You need to catch Pippin ere his duties take him from Ul'dah once more. I believe he spends much of his time at the Colosseum, so perhaps you should pay a visit to the Gold Court. I'll be awaiting your full report at the boutique. Hopefully this isn't too short. This feels like it's going by a bit quickly. I see. Marshal Tarpen is currently engaged in another meeting, but I shall tell him that Myrokos awaits his convenience. My apologies for keeping you waiting. I did not expect you here this evening. Tataru is offering quality material, is she? I can hardly say no to that. It fits almost too perfectly with my plans for the flames. I have long striven for mastery of the blade. I required the trials of Ilsabard, however, to truly see Tizona for what it is. The fire that warms the coldest night, the spark that ignites a blaze of hope, and most of all, an unbreakable testament to Father's faith in me. More ally than tool, it is a treasure beyond price. Does every soldier of the Immortal Flames not deserve allies such as this? Arms and armor to remind them of what they fight to protect, to help them stand when they might otherwise fall? Indeed, works made possible only through the ingenuity and dedication of allies across the star may be just the sort of inspiring armaments we need. I anticipate that I will be sending along an order for custom equipment ere long. In the meantime, would you mind if I use these samples for a few trials here at the Colosseum? Not at all, that's part of the intent. My thanks. We shall put them to use immediately. As a child of Ul'dah, however, naught strikes fear into my heart like the prospect of receiving valuable goods for free. I must insist you accept something in return. I had been meaning to gift that necklace to Tataru. Its poor condition aside, she might rather have it than not. Necklace? I have spoken with Tataru at some length about our pasts. You understand, in many ways, we are quite similar. As you may recall, her family was bankrupted when she was very young, a consequence of her father's business failing. They were forced to put all their wealth towards paying off his debts, and then some. One asset they reluctantly parted with was a necklace treasured by her mother, for which Tataru has long searched to no avail. Strangely enough, I recently discovered jewelry of the very same description. Nearly said self-same. They use that term so much in this dialogue, in the dialogue of this game. The very same description amidst a store of neglected Colosseum prizes. Assuming it's the same piece, I should like to see it returned to her. It is significantly worse off for having changed hands, though, and only the sapphire centerpiece remains unlost and undamaged. She may appreciate the sentiment nevertheless, but it's difficult to say. What do you think? The memories it holds for her aren't lost or damaged. Could it be repaired or perhaps remade? This gets more to the point, but I think I like the sentiment of the memories. True enough. Though if it's to be a gift, I would prefer it to at least clean it up a bit. In that case, I had considered asking the Goldsmiths Guild, but you ought to be able to turn the necklace into a piece that Tataru would wear, if not precisely what she remembers. I imagine you will have the opportunity to pick up gems and other suitable materials on your travels. From there, it is merely a matter of unifying the pieces. Are you willing? Sure. Then I will have the sapphire removed from its setting and sent to the boutique with all haste. I doubt even Tataru would dare open a private package addressed to you. Best of luck in finding matching materials and in your mercantile endeavors, of course. May the traders guide you to fortune fair. Of course, having played through the Alliance Raid questline, that carries a slightly different meaning, but okay. And now back to Charlene. You've returned, and with your bag all the lighter for having given away our samples, I hope. Yep. Speaking of which, a parcel from one Pippin Tarpon arrived not bells ago, addressed to you. Could it be that our newfound partnerships are already bearing fruit? In a way. Her mother's necklace? Why, that's a wonderful idea. Please allow me to assist. I swear I won't breathe a word of this to Mistress Tataru. I do wonder what parts you will need. Do you know what style Mistress Tataru prefers? If this necklace is to be a keepsake, why not focus on that? Apologies. I couldn't help but overhear. No apologies necessary, so long as Tataru doesn't know. That's quite all right, but do keep your voice down. What was it you were saying? It simply occurred to me that since you were gifted the sapphire so readily, our other partners in this endeavor may wish to offer up something for Mistress Tataru as well. With such gifts, you could turn the necklace into a memento not just her past and its trials, but her present successes as well. That's perfect. If our plans for the boutique proceed apace, we should soon have more than enough tokens from friends across the seas. What do you think, Myrokos? Don't see any reason why not. Well, were you waiting for little old me? Nope, it's Tataru. Quiet. Quiet, we don't want her to know. Mistress Tataru, we were just discussing the successful delivery of the samples, yes. Good to hear. How fares dear Pippin? I knew he would come through, though I admit I wasn't expecting to outfit a whole host of immortal flames quite so soon. I suppose it goes to show that even the most hardened warrior can always learn a thing or two. And Sekard and Arun have changed as well, if your tales are any indication. I imagine their personal growth bodes well for that of our network. Thank you for checking up on them. We must sort through our current commissions before deciding who we approach next, but I know I can count on you to be ready when we are. So I guess that's the end of part 1. I think, given that, I think I may break this up into multiple parts. If you liked what you saw at any point, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bells and join me next time for part 2 of this grand endeavor.